Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be taking you through the lymphatic drainage routine that I have been sort of talking about. I've been practicing this, maybe 3 to 4 times a week, depending, pretty regularly. And it's been super helpful, just a nice, really simple morning wake up. And it really does help me kind of lubricate my joints. And I learn these movements from someone who does lymphatic drainage massage. And I learned a lot about the lymphatic system, which is the system in the body that helps promote digestion and excretion and airflow and moving minerals and nutrients and helping to spread and excrete and detox the body. Whether it's you're taking minerals and vitamins and macronutrients into the body via food and helping that spread, and also break those things down and then excrete what the body doesn't want. So you want healthy flowing lymph, and lymph doesn't move on its own. It needs to be, joints need to be lubricated. So I'm going to take you through a full body flow this morning from the head to the toes. So awesome shape to start. It's actually cat-cow. So you'll come into table position and you'll just move through the spine. So letting the belly go down and then tucking your tailbone and rounding. So you're going from spinal extension to spinal flexion. And really important here is your breath, right? So on the inhale, you soften the belly, lift your heart. On the exhale, you round and push the ground away. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. And finding your big breaths in and out. So if you know this, but if you're trying to, manage your weight, which I think we all are in some degree, exhaling, it's the exhale that you primarily release in CO2, which is that's really where we send most of our energy. So in this whole movement, in all movement practices, really making sure you're exhaling and you're taking big breaths in and big breaths out. But it's your lungs, it's your diaphragm, it's that big muscle that is really helping to move things around the body. Move fluids, move air, move oxygen, move minerals, move nutrients. So movement practices are really good for helping people really connect to the breath. So think about those things as you move through the cat-cows. Nice. Next is the shoulder taps. So you're going to step your hands out a little bit wider, shoulder width distance, and your knees can sneak back a little bit behind your hips, but you're going to tap your shoulders down. So the right shoulder is going to go towards the earth. It doesn't have to tap, or it doesn't have to tap necessarily, but it's going to sort of go down depending on your range, and the left elbow is going to bend. And then you lift it back up and you take it to the other side. So right elbow softly bends so you can tap the left shoulder down. And you're trying to keep your palms right on the ground as you kind of drop that shoulder. So it's a little bit of a shoulder stretch here. And you're going to try to do 10 on each side. So you twist, right shoulder taps down, lift back through center. Twist to the right, left shoulder taps down, right elbow bends. Nice. So you can do 10 total. You can do 10 on each side. And then you add your breath. So inhale through center, exhale, you tap. Inhale through center, exhale to tap. Inhale center, exhale tap. Inhale center, exhale tap. Center, tap, center, tap. Try to keep your neck soft, right? Really easy when you start to get into the upper shoulders, and the neck area can start to get kind of tense. So take your time. Inhale center, exhale tap. We'll do 2 more each side. Or really go at your pace. You can always pause the video too. And take as many as feels really good. And then one more each side. And release. Come back. Take a moment here. Nice. This one, if at any time you want a pillow or you need support underneath your hips, or you could even be sitting in a chair, for example, for this one, right? A bench, chair, whatever you want. So you will grab opposite elbows over your head and you'll lower them down, almost creating this window for your head, and lift it back up. So 10 of these. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Really try and stretch through the side body as you lift your elbows up. Inhale, exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And then switch the cross of your elbows. And then same. Lift. Lower. 5 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And rest. Roll the shoulders. Nice. Arms are going to go out to the side like a T. And you're just going to look side to side. 5 on each side. 10 total. Look. And then option to actually start to rotate. So when you look toward the arm, you could internally rotate. This is a little bit of a mobility move. Just kind of see how that feels. And then you release as you bring your head back through center. And then you switch to the other side. You look to the right. You internally rotate through the arm bone. And then come back up. And the arms could be, the fingertips could be open. So you're kind of watching the thumb move. Or sometimes it's nice to almost have like your hand is on like a clicker or something and you feel the thumb rotate, or you pay attention to the direction of the thumb. Just moving, gazing, switching your gaze from side to side, just working through the arms here. And then release. Take a moment, lot in the upper back, right? Lot in the shoulders as we're kind of moving the lymphatic system down. Nice. Next is bringing your hands behind your skull. And then elbows are out towards the sky. You can inhale to lift, arch your back a little bit. And on your exhale, you round. So kind of really bringing yourself down and in. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. 5 more. Open and round. Inhale, elbows wide, spine open, exhale to curl. 4 more, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale, and release. Nice. Again, you can do as many of these as you want, as feels good. Nice. Next, you're going to reach your arms overhead. You're going to interlace your hands. And you're going to bend your elbow as the hands come over to one side. Maybe it's the right elbow, arms over to the left. You'll release, come back through center, and just switch sides. So bending and straightening. Bending and straightening. Bending and straightening. So you could do 5 per side. Inhale, lengthening, exhale to bend. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 1 more each side. And release. Nice. Next is arm circles. So there's a lot of stuff in the upper body, right? Lymph really goes right down the sides of the neck. You have tons of lymph nodes in these like major joints, and it's the stimulation of these areas that increases the blood flow and the circulation of the blood around the body, which kind of evenly spreads all of the stuff that's in your blood. Blood is carrying all of the nutrients we come in and the nutrients that need to go out, that's going around the body. So that's what this is stimulating, right? So the arms are going to go out to the side, and you'll internally rotate the right hand, and you'll kind of cradle the head with the left forearm. So like this, almost trying to reach for your fingers, and then release, and then take it in the other direction. So right arm reaches over. You'll want to rotate that left thumb down, bend the elbow, and have the right forearm around to kind of cradle the head. And then release, and then switch directions. Or keep going from side to side. So open your arms. Whatever arm is going downward, internally rotate that thumb, and then bend the elbow. So I call these like Gomukhasana arms, right? Similar to the Gomukhasana where you're kind of working on binding behind the back, opening, swirling, rotating through the arms, and then tapping behind you. So just go maybe 5. I like to do this. This actually feels really good. My upper body has really, really benefited from this. I hold a ton of tension in my neck. I think we all do from the work we do or when we sit on our computers and we're on our phones. And so this whole routine has just really helped with my spine and my shoulders and my neck stuff. So keep going doing that. Remember your breath. Inhale to open. Exhale, take your bind. Inhale to open. Exhale, bind. One more each direction. Nice. And then release. Roll the shoulders. Maybe shake out your arms. Nice. Next is child's pose. So taking a nice stretch through the armpits, letting gravity. So hips are going to reach back, arms reach forward. You melt down, forehead can rest. 5 big breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Big breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Hands walk back up. Nice. And then you'll sit back. So this, we're going to do some collarbone, some kind of tapping here. So we'll start with having the left hand right on your belly, and you're going to softly use like the part of your knuckles here. You're just going to sort of tap. So tap your armpits. I even like to come down and kind of tap my rib cage a little bit. And you're just going to move. This is just moving that lymph around, right? And you have your hand on your belly just to kind of make sure, kind of keep reminder to stay square. And you're just kind of tapping your body for about 30-ish or so seconds. You can softly close your eyes and just tap, 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 tap. You know, I also think like 6 or 7 breaths here, but this does feel really good. And I actually love to do this. I do this in the shower. So you can be standing, right? And you don't necessarily have to use your fist. You can use your palm and kind of tap like this, the ribs. This is really nice, really good for lymphatic flow. And then you switch sides. Right hand comes across, same, tap. Breathe. Again, maybe the arm lifts and you really get under the armpit there. It's right around the collarbone area. Breathe. Get under the armpits. This is really where a lot of that lymph flow is. and release. Nice. Now you'll come onto your butt if you're not already. Bend your right heel so the shin is just on the ground. That's just stabilizing here. And we'll work with the left leg. So right hand comes to support the left thigh. Left hand comes to the foot, and you're just bending and extending. So working on the hamstring area, this flow. Bend, extend, bend, extend, bend, extend. And all this can be done in bed too. I think that is how the girl that I learned this from, that's how she sort of promotes it. She's like, lymphatic drainage in bed. And this can all be done right in your bed. You know, kind of a nice little way to transition from being asleep to being awake. And then you switch. Left shin tucks under, left hand slides under, or right hand, whatever. I like the left. I like to kind of do opposite, or have the right hand holding the right foot, and then bend, extend. And this left arm is supporting this right quad, so you're not working to hold the leg up, right? Or not fighting for it. It's just supported. So bend, and straighten, bend, and straighten for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Next is windshield wiper. So hands can come back behind you for support, feet on the ground, and you're just windshield wipering the knees side to side. This is really good. Such a nice movement through the hips. So you're really working through the hip joints. I like to do either 5 on each side or 10 on each side. Moving through center on the inhale, letting the knees land on the exhale. And you can even add more of a twist too. So as you warm up your hips, you might find more range of motion over a couple of rounds. So feel free to kind of add on, whether you work almost into a 90-90 or like a deer pose where the heel and the knee are a little bit closer. You just go from side to side. Really, really good warm up for your hips and your spine. And then you'll come all the way down onto your back. You're just going to pull your knees in one by one. So knees pull in, you give them a little squeeze, and then you release. And then opposite knee pulls in. Give it a squeeze and release. So 5 on each side or 10 on each side. Knee pull in, give it a squeeze, feel the compression, release. Knee pull in, feels the compression, release. Remember to breathe. And last one. Okay, these are kind of fun. Legs are going to go up towards the sky, and they're going to go nice and wide. Let kind of gravity open you up, open that inner thigh line, right? These are the nodes that are right in the groin area. And then you open your legs back up. And then you open them back up, and then you close them overhead. Hands can come down by your side. You're just opening and closing. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Nice. Release. Let the feet come back down. Nice. You'll roll over to the left side. Cradle your head in your left hand. Pull the left knee up so it's nice and stable. And then you're pulling your right knee in and extending the leg overhead, bending, and then reaching it back to straighten. So it kind of feels like that, like aerobic workout or something. Bending and extending, bending and landing. Bending, reaching overhead, bending again, extending. So I just do like 5-ish. This is actually like really fun. This feels really good in the morning. I can't lie. Like I kind of like this like stabilizing feeling on my side body. There's like a little work. You're kind of leaning over, but you're just working. It just feels really good in the legs, like the flow of the blood in the legs. It feels so nice. Let's take 2 more. And then you'll just switch your side. So I'm going to roll over, or I'm going to kind of switch where my head is, but you can just roll over your back, set up. Head is cradling your right knee's coming up, bending and straightening. Bend, and of course, like, you can do this a couple of times. I have this written down in my notebook, so maybe you watch this on the video just to like understand what the moves are. And then you could always mute me, so you don't like have to listen to me like over and over again. Bend, straighten, bend, really nice. Bend overhead, bend, extend, bend, kick, bend, reach. And remember to breathe. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. This can be really turn into nice pranayama workshop or pranayama kind of moment here. Really moving things around. I can feel like my hip just be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice. And release. And this stuff's good because, you're low to the ground. You're on the bed. You're having support. And you're really tending to your joints, but not like when you're weightlifting or doing a lot of like high impact stuff. You're not like hurting. You're just giving your joints a little love. Okay. So the next is this sort of like a overhead butterfly move. So the knees are going to go out to the side. You're going to bend your knees. Arms are by your side, and you're just going to extend. The heels will be together, and the toes are out. Bend and extend or push through the heels. Legs don't have to be totally straight, so you'll take 10 of those. And they don't have to be necessarily straight overhead. They get slightly in front, bend and kick, bend and extend. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Nice. Feet come down. It's a bridge pose pulse. So soles of the feet are on the ground. Heels are about hip width distance. Press to the feet to really lengthen your tailbone, your back body to the earth or to the bed or wherever you are. And you'll lift your hips. And then it's just 10 little pulses here. So there's tons of lymph here in your glutes in this area right underneath your hip. So you're pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Take a break. Take a couple breaths in and out here. Kind of in the home stretch here. Nice. Next is you'll lift up your feet. Arms are by your side. They're kind of at a diagonal. And you could have a block in between your thighs. You could also have a pillow or a towel or something. Depends sort of what you want, but you're going to let your knees fall over to the right. So you're kind of rolling on the outer glute or the right hip, and then come back through center and take it to the second side. This is a little bit of a core workout here, right? Moving from side to side. So we'll take second round. Nice little twist, like really good for control. You don't have to go super far. Just knees go over to the side. Come back through center. Second side. And then add your breath. Inhale through center. Exhale to twist. Inhale through center. Exhale to twist. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale. 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 Exhale. So 3 more each side. Last round. And release. Nice. Feet come down. Take a moment there. Okay. And then you're going to get up. You're going to actually come into sorry, I'm looking at my thing. I'm like, what does that say? Okay. So you're going to be in tabletop. This can be challenging depending on how you feel. And you can be on your wrists. You could also be on your forearms. It might be a little challenging in bed, but you're basically going to tuck your toes. You're going to lift your knees and you're going to drop your heels and kind of drop your hip a little bit. So send your right hip and your heels to the right and then come back through center. I like to kind of take a little bounce and then second side. So left side. So kind of going from side to side, coming through center, exhale. Inhale through center, exhale. So a little bit of core, a little bit of strength in your arms too. Not a bad thing to kind of wake up in the morning. Hip dips, right? This is a very much like strength shape here. And you can always like kind of just like roll from side to side too. Kind of very similar. Just letting, you can kind of just like take these however you want. But you're kind of just dipping, right? The purpose here is this twist in your hips. And when you're good, let that rest. Nice. Take a moment here. Oh, right. That's what that is. Like, what does that mean? Okay, and then last for this is kind of flipping over and out, but you're gonna hold, or hands are gonna by your side, and you're just gonna extend your legs and then pull them in. Reach them out and pull them in. Nice, reach them out so they're together and then pull the knees in. Try to keep your low back on the ground. Reach your toes, knees pull in. You can also have a block in between your thighs. So a little bit of core, last one here. Let's do one more. Inhale to reach, exhale to pull it in, and then rest, kind of rock and roll side to side, and then you'll roll up. We've just got one more, and then we're just going to shake it out. So I call this like Gomukhasana. It's like a Gomukhasana leg kick. So the right knee is going to sort of like cross the center line, and you're going to tuck your left knee in, right? So Gomukhasana legs, or this like shoelace leg here. And then with your hands, your hips are going to glide back, a nice stretch in that right glute. And then you'll lean forward, you'll shift your weight into the shin, and this left leg will kind of come out and it's going to kick to the side. So this is quite a big range of motion, so the kick can be out to the side, and then you hook it back where it was, you lean back, hips sink back. Shift forward, lean into the hands, lean into the right shin, left foot kicks out, hook it, and you're going to create some space, right? Your range of motion is going to increase. Your stability in your right side is going to increase. The range of motion in your left hip is going to increase. You're just kind of going from side to side, kicking and extending. For me, I like this. It's like this, like you kick, like really get ready for the day. Kick, hook, Take as many of those as feels good. And then sometimes just this is just a really great stretch for your hips. And then you reset. So come back to the table. You'll take it to the other side. So the left shin will kind of cross the midline. The right knee will tuck in. Splay your ankles out wide, right? They're more like a triangle, so you can really press into your shins. And then you kind of sit back a couple of times, just flossing through the hips, feeling where it feels best and most stable here. And then you shift your weight. Right leg reaches up, reaches out, and it kicks to the side. Right, first couple rounds, go slow, take your time. And then add the breath. So knee hooks, sit back, shift forward, kick it out. Kick it around, sit back, shift forward and kick. Nice, move through that. I like to go for 5 or 10, depending on kind of how I'm feeling. Sometimes the first 5 are a little like creaky, and then I kind of, the final 5 are like, feel really good. Once you feel good, maybe take a moment just to kind of rest. Nice. And then unwind. Last time, you roll over. You find your way on your back body. This is really, really nice. Shake, 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 shake. Shake your hands, shake your legs. Just get everything moving. Really, really good for the nervous system. Maybe you close your eyes. You shake, 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 shake for 20, 19. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1. Roll out your wrists. Roll out your ankles. Lower your feet to the earth. Bring your hands to your body. Take a nice big breath in. And a big breath out. Notice how you feel. Notice the way the prana, the energy, the chi moves through you. Great, really great work. Good job, way to follow along and make it to the end. Again, maybe you do this once or twice with me. I feel like everything's like a little bit longer when you do it with me and I'm kind of yapping. You can always mute me and just do it at your own pace. Have music around. I've jotted it down on a notebook for myself. So I wake up, I kind of pop open my notebook. I have my coffee. I go through the moves at the pace, and then sometimes it leads me right into a movement session, like a yoga session, because this is a great warm-up, like total body, shoulders, spine, hips, everything feels pretty good, ankles, wrists. So you could move it in going into a workout next, a yoga practice, or just begin with your day. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks a lot for hanging out with me today.